So there's a lot of talk right now going on about the reparations movement being sabotaged. And I absolutely agree that there is sabotage going on. But I think we need to pay attention that it's not coming exactly from where it's being claimed it's coming from. So people are saying, oh, yeah, the Democrats, like they're pointing to California. And I'm not saying everything they've done is perfect. I want to point out, though, that they've done more than most others. In fact, yeah, they're leading. As far as the states are concerned, they're leading. They're ahead of the feds. And I like the point um, that Yvette Carnell pointed out was that it's showing something. If we're going to look at California as a dry run, it's an educational moment. Like, okay, yeah, we need to get stuff together. But the key point I want to say is I don't think the main problem is, oh, California Democrats, oh, the CDC. I'm not even going to say the main problem is Newsom. Let me tell you why. Newsom, when they passed the act to conduct the study, Newsom had to appoint people to the commission, and he did that. But now, what people are mad about is his recent uh, of vetoing that bill for the to appropriate to put land aside. But if you look at his statement, he says this law makes no sense because the agency that's supposed to exist to to handle this procedure doesn't exist. So this particular part of the bill, this particular bill that he vetoed, had no way to be carried out because there was supposed to be additional bills that needed to exist in order for that bill to be carried out. Once again, I'm not going to sit here and say he's doing everything he could be doing. He he is. There could be more he could be doing. I get that. But the key point is the sabotage is coming from these people who are claiming to support reparations, but then they keep attacking the people who are closest to reparations instead of the people that are directly opposed to reparations. So, from a political standpoint, there are people who are praising Bill S. Ali, or so I should say, Bilal S. Ali. Bilal S. Ali, whose parents are from Lebanon, and it's funny that despite the fact that people talk about tethers and stuff, nobody called this dude a tether, but that's another conversation. So Bilal S. Ali pushed for this, tried to push this thing to come to the floor, despite the fact that he was going to vote against it. And people are acting like, oh, yeah, look at that. It's funny. They can say, oh, the Democrats were trying to just use black people as props. Wait, that's what he was doing. That's exactly what he was doing. In fact, if you look at what Trump has put out with his attacks on Kamala, that's what Bill S. Ali was trying to set up. Bilal was trying to set up the proof to say, look, this is what the Democrats are about. This is what Kamala is about. He was trying to use reparations as a way to attack Democrats. You know why that's so bad? Because imagine if that's successful. If Republicans successfully say, hey, Democrats are trying to help, are trying to pass reparations, and that loses them election, what does that do to the reparations movement? Let's just stop and think about this for a second. If reparations becomes an issue that starts losing Democrats' elections, what does that do to the movement? Um, but when we look at hey, Freeman's Journal, um, it's crazy because this dude specifically said He didn't support the bill. He wasn't going to vote for the bill. And then when you looked at the bills that passed, because there were some symbolic bills that passed, including one for an apology, all the people that were praising Bilal S. Ali, I want them to tell me what his vote was on that bill. Because they say, oh, all they did was pass a symbolic bill apologizing. Get that out of here. Okay. Yes, it was symbolic. I guarantee. Yeah, I absolutely agree. One thing I have to acknowledge, though, is in addition to the apology, it says more needs to be done. There's an explicit acknowledgement in that bill that passed that says this apology is just one step. Much more needs to be done. Substantive measures need to be taken to correct. But once again, what did Bilal S. Ali, what did he vote on that bill? I want the people that were praising him to answer that question. But ultimately, what I'm saying is you've got a whole bunch of people that are attacking Democrats, despite the fact that they're, and not just any Democrats, they're attacking Democrats that are actually supporting measures like HR 40. Why would you attack the people that are closest? If reparations is the issue, why would you attack people that are closest in favor, that are most in favor of the issue, rather than the people that are against it? Because I'm going to say this again. I said this before. Burgess Owens. You want to go after somebody who Burgess Owens has testified in front of Congress against HR 40. So never mind actual reparations being made. He's testified against the study being conducted. Herschel Walker, another one. Who else? Larry Elder ran for California governor. And by the way, take a look who these people are being embraced and endorsed by. Herschel Walker, Trump's best friend. Larry Elder, well, I don't think he got. I don't know if he got Trump's endorsement. I don't remember, but I know he got Republicans' endorsement in California, and he he screwed up the recall of Newsom. Once again, I don't know if we look at the recall of Newsom, the question is who other than Newsom would have supported the commission? That's a question we have to look at. But there are people who are attacking the wrong, who claim to be in favor of reparations, who are attacking the wrong people. Okay, so Theron, you said amazing. Lucas said what I agree with, that the community needs to begin learning about the processes and who is seated where and what their stances are. 1,000%. 1,000%. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to name two names. There's two names. Okay. There's two names I'm going to name. These two people are sitting Congress people who will be out by January. They will be out of office by January because they lost their primaries. Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman. Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman, do you know where they stood on reparations? Firmly in support, not just of the study, of actual reparations being given. Yet, when both of them lost the elections, look back at certain people's feeds. Watch who was celebrating Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush losing their primaries. Look at who's celebrating this, despite the fact that both of them are firmly in support of reparations, not just the study of actual reparations. But people are celebrating, people who claim to be in support of reparations are celebrating them losing. Now you got to start looking at people skeptically. Because if this is going to be a serious movement, we need to, like Duran said, and like Amazing Lucas said, we need to identify who supports the issue. Then we have to look at who is on the fence. Because there's some people who may support a study who haven't committed to supporting actual reparations. Cool. Don't get mad. That means those are people that we need to lobby. We need to get in front of them and say, listen, this is why you need to support the issue. We need to convince them to come further all the way to support the issue. Because what makes sense? Trying to lobby people who are kind of in support, or trying to lobby people who have explicitly told us, go F yourselves. Is that who we, like, it makes no sense. Because they really tried to act like Trump and the Republicans was going to be an answer. Like every time you have somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy, who made his entire campaign was based off anti-blackness. That was his entire campaign, and they loved him for it. You take a look at Byron Donaldson, him and I think Wesley Hunt. Those clowns get there with Say Steele. They get directly asked, and then they start making excuses and pushing those ridiculous talking points that are anti-reparations. But once again, these are the people that are closest to Trump. So like, it was never, if that's your issue, Trump and them were never the solution. Never. But the people that are attacking Democrats, who may be in support of HR 40, who may be in support of studies, those people, but then they're silent about the people who are expressly and explicitly opposed to reparations, to a study, to Black America, to any type of Black American agenda. These are people you're quiet about? That makes no sense. Because the only way to get what we need is to, one, identify the people that are fully in support of our issues, identify the people who are close to supporting our issues, lobby them, and then we have to make sure we can provide protection, political protection for those people. So if we have politicians that are supporting our issues, that are fully or close to supporting our issues, we need to be able to provide them political protection. Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman both got primaried, and mofos were celebrating. I'm like, that makes no sense. If you're, if you're talking about the issues, especially if you're talking about reparations, you're celebrating them getting primaried? Like, nah. like that those were major losses. Those were serious losses. And if we're going to be serious about this, like Lucas said, like Theron said, we need to identify who's in support of the issue and get more people on board. Because right now, we do not have the numbers. From a federal level, we do not have the numbers. We need to get the numbers. We need to find out who's in support. We need to find out who's in support and get more people on board. But the thing I think we also have to realize is we need to realize that there are people that are intentionally trying to act as obstructionists. Their entire job is to stop, to push these ridiculous talking points that are anti-Black agenda, anti-reparations. We need to go on the attack against those mofos. So when Vivek is talking his nonsense, slate, because the funny thing, and I'm gonna be doing videos on I'm gonna be doing videos on Vivek on how he got exposed. Like he knows nothing about Black American history. He made his entire campaign on anti-Blackness, got some education, but then he's like pretending he doesn't know now. So that, because number one, he was running from Sonny Johnson from the moment she tried to get at him. He was running. He had agreed. He had agreed to have a sit down with her, and then he ran. Then when he had a guest on his show who schooled him, and now he's back to the same talking points, pretending he doesn't know the actual facts. But we can actually, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a video on this where you can see him actually getting the facts, getting the education on Black history, Black American history. Okay, so No Child Left Behind, does that ever stand as a time when council development had began? epically with the increased tech development, it just seems easy to give everybody a phone and take the books. Well, I mean, here's the point: is this is going to take work. There are people who are saying, "Oh, we should demand," and so there seems to be people who are pushing this idea that we should just say we want this, and then just fold our arms, and it's supposed to appear. That's not the way politics works. And quite frankly, there there are people that are like yesterday. I'm having a debate on Twitter, and some clowns are getting, oh, you're you vote for the Democrats and they haven't done nothing for you. Number one, they know nothing about how I vote. They know nothing about who I am. Clearly, I mean, they could have just did some research on my timeline and realized the error of their ways. But I said, you know what? Because one of them, his name was like Ricky Johnson 15991. That was his Twitter handle. I'm like 1599. Like, I think you're a bot. Dude, you're a bot. Go live or shut the fuck up. That's what I told him. I said, go live or shut the fuck up. And then this other dude jumped in. Oh, he's a bot because he disagreed with you. I said, no, he's a bot because his account was created in April 2024, and he's got numbers at the end of his handle. That's why I think he's a bot. And for you putting on the cape on, now I think you're a bot. Go live or shut the fuck up. That's it. Go live or shut the fuck up. Because if you're not a real person, if you're some clown sitting in a troll farm, get off my timeline. I ain't got the time for it. And that's what we need to be doing if we're having these discussions on social media. If you're not a real person, if you can't prove that you're a real person, get off the timeline. Shut up. We don't want to hear from you. You're just wasting time. You're an agent. You're probably some clown sitting in some troll farm, not even black, but you're here trying to spread propaganda on Black American issues. Shut up. Get off our timeline. Go kick rocks. Tell your bosses the mission failed. But there's a lot of that going on. We got a lot of these clowns that are just trying to sabotage the movement on social media. We got clowns that are just spreading nonsense and trying to take our minds off the focus of what the work that actually needs to be done. But I'm about to get out of here. Just wanted to hit these brief topics. Like I said, I'll be doing some videos going in greater detail about stuff that's going on. Candidates that have demonstrated support, candidates that have demonstrated hostility and open, opposition to Black American issues. And we're going to have to get into this deep because there's a lot of work to be done. And there's a lot of people trying to sabotage it. And there's a lot of them that are actually on social media pretending to be pro reparations. Thanks for checking us out. I'll see you next time.